channel.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Iron Rounds. And on today's episode, we're gonna going on 3 rounds, the alternate versions of the Batmans in movies. That's right, we're gonna have Michael Keaton's Batman going against Christian Bale's Batman, going against Ben Affleck's Batman. But we're gonna be doing things just a tad bit different. They're not just gonna go mano a mano each other. We're gonna be basing it on vehicles and air support. We're going to be basing it on skills, and we're going to be basing it on weapons. We're going to do things a little different. I'm going to explain all the skills, weapons, everything right now. So let's start off with the air support and vehicles, shall we? So let's start off with the alphabetical order, shall we? Affleck's Batman, which has the Batmobile that has grappling hook, strong enough to carry a crushed car, heavy machine guns that rip through cars like paper, armor strong enough to break through brick walls, little missiles that stop bigger ones, spider-like legs that can climb on walls, a bullet big enough to blow a building into bits. And also, obviously, the Batjet that has a heavy machine gun, which is pretty much all we get pretty much out of the movie, besides the fact that it can fly. So now let's talk about Bales' vehicle, shall we? And air support. So he's got the Batmobile, tank-like instead of slim. It's cannon that can break through brick walls, capable of driving on rooftops, explosive bombs to disable tires, strong enough to force takedown of a garbage truck, can turn into a motorcycle, cables that are strong enough to stop a truck off its track. Yeah. Now we gotta mention the boy Keaton's bats, which has the Batmobile, which is a grappling hook. It has voice command transmitter providing automatic shields, self-driving, a bomb that can destroy an entire factory. Yeah. Balloon grabbing claws that can also cut and turn into a motorcycle. He also has a Batjet that has missile launchers, heavy machine guns, and also can turn surprisingly into a speedboat when it needs to. Okay, so here are the weapons that we have for you guys. So let's go with Affleck's weapons first. Let's start with the bat suits and all the gears that comes with it. He has spikes that can climb upside down. He has kryptonite gas bullet that along with a gun that can shoot it. Smoke bomb. He has a bat armor suit that is called aka the Superman Buster. The grappling hook, a tiny explosive detonating device that disarms heavy guns. Batarang, fireproof bat suit, defense bracelets against parademon blasters, and a sticky bomb. Okay, and obviously his weapons, he's got the sonic wave frequency system, he's got an automatic machine gun, and he has a kryptonite spear. Now with Bales, he has these weapons. He has a batarang, grappling hook, sonic button that can attract bats, sticky bomb, magnetic grip attached with a buzzsaw, eagle eye, sonar eyes. Now when I mean eagle eye, he has a computer system that he can track anyone down from anywhere using some kind of frequency sonar. He has sonar eyes that can detect people around the area with their frequencies. A gun designed to shoot sticky bombs with timers, electrical wave outage rifle. So what I mean by that is that it's pretty much, he has a pistol or a gun that can blast some kind of wave that can shut your cars and anything off for a moment, and then he can catch up with you. That's pretty interesting. And along with the batsuit, he has a taser proof. He has a fireproof, wings that glide, blades attached to the wrist, strong enough to break a steel blade, tasers to prevent mask revealings, retractable blades on the wrist that are on the wrist bracelets. Okay, so we got that. Let's see. Now let's talk about Keaton's weapons. Well, let's talk about his suit and his weapons. He's got a bulletproof suit, smoke bomb, a wire glider device. He has a grappling hook, slippery up capsule, and he has bat wings shaped gliders. Or bat wing shaped glider. Let's talk about these skills. Let's start off with Affleck. He defeated Superman. Yeah, that's a heavy hitter. Defeated around 15 men on his own, and he took on parademons. Okay, so let's talk about Bales. He took on Bane, escaped police custody using bats, took on the Joker, defeated Ra's al Ghul, took on Two-Face, took on Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul at the shipping dock, took out 11 men, fought 2 killers trying to take down Rachel, 6 guys at the Gotham Water building. He took them down, took down 20 men in an abandoned building who were armed with a few SWAT team members as well. So he not only took on some people who were just criminals, he also took on SWAT members, took down 4 League of Shadows members on his own, took 4 clowns at a dinner party, took out about 7 guys at a club. Yeah, so there's that. And now we have Keaton. He took down 2 armed robbers using a rope with a hook shaped like a bat to drag one of them. Took down 4 guys in an alley who were armed with guns and swords. Took down 15 circus clowns on the street while using a version of Batarang to do 4 of them, using dynamite to blow one of them up. I think the big guy. Round 1. Vehicles and aircraft support. So you got Affleck, you got Keaton's, and you got Bales. So let's start off with Affleck's. Affleck's vehicle, or his aircraft, is designed to kill. It's more aggressive than the other two. The other two are kind of less lethal compared to, obviously, Affleck's, because it has more of a lethal tone to it. And let's talk about Bales. It has a lot more bells and whistles to it. Obviously, it has a lot more extra gear weapons that it can use during a moment's notice, like turning the lights off or turning into a bike or shooting out certain things. It does come in handy when it needs to. However, the two don't really have much used in the jet category. But let's talk about Keaton's vehicles and jet. Now, maybe the vehicle is not as capable as the other two, but let's talk about the jet. Between all of them, I have to say that Keaton's gonna have this one. Now, why would you think Keaton's gonna have this one? Well, here's why. Keaton's gonna have this one because his bat jet can turn into a speedboat, or in situations like that, that's gonna come in handy. Let's say they're fighting between all of them. Let's say they get into a car situation and everybody destroys their vehicle and it becomes a jet fight. All of them have pretty impressive jets that can do a lot of incredible things. That being said, Keaton's jet is the only one that can size itself down to go into a sewer and manage to glide in like a speedboat, rather than the other two that are kind of rather large. They wouldn't be able to kind of go in gliding slimly more than Keaton's speedboat type bat jet. So I'm going to give this round to Keaton. Round 2. Weapons. Okay. Keaton's weapons are impressive, but they're still amateur toys compared to Afflecks and Bales, who have people who are much more smarter, who develop their weapons and equipment. So I hate to say this, but Keaton's are still not capable of handling in a fight against using only their weapons. I think he would go down for the count on that one. Now it's between Christian Bale's Batman and Ben Affleck's Batman. Now, you would probably think I would go with Ben Affleck's Batman, but that's only if he decided to bring the Superman Buster in a fight. If he had it with him already to go against these two, that's easily said. But if he's not bringing the Superman Buster and it's Affleck's weapons against Bale's weapons, I'm going to say that Bale's weapons have this in the bag. Now, why would I say that? Well, let's talk about it. Bale's weapons is a lot more range and arsenal. He has something that he can use for the dark. He can glide, he can use smoke bombs. He has a lot of things going for him when it comes to using a type of arsenal. So he to say in a moment's notice, eventually Affleck's weapons would run out, and so would Keaton's weapons. But with Bale's weapon, he just has a lot more going for him. And at the end of the day, even with the attractable claws, he's got a lot more tricks on his sleeve, ultimately making him the winner of this round. So I'm giving it to Bale. All right, round 3, skills. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. This one will be the ultimate one, because yes, you might have the vehicle, Keaton might have the air support to help him in a situation in a jam, and Bale might have the weapons in his corner to do what he needs to do to get certain things up, be more at the advantage. But ultimately, who would win mano a mano between the three? Who would ultimately win the whole fight, the whole shebang? Well, let's talk about it. One hand, Bale's Batman does have impressive skills, no doubt about it. He fought Ra's al Ghul. He also fought Bane, who was also very skillful. But when you watch the fight sequences against Bale, it looks like the cameras are trying to make it look like Bale's fight sequence are a lot more faster, when it's actually more kind of like a technique style of fight, meaning that he kind of solely relies on his skills and technique to be able to take a person down, but not agility and speed or stamina, really. It just kind of relies more on just trying to be able to disable somebody, but not really break someone down or break someone's arm. Now, Keaton. I do want to give Keaton more credit and credit is due, because when you see him, his fight sequences, he seems a lot more quicker to handle situations against people in a like more than one situation, like it's 2-on-1, 3-on-1, even like 10 or 15-on-1. And it seems like Keaton would be a lot more faster with the skill and fighting and taking guys down left and right, because he seems to have more confidence in his ability to take them down with a lot more speed and agility. But ultimately, I have to give it to Affleck. Okay, between the three, you know that ultimately both of them, I think Keaton's Batman is kind of here and there when it comes to being the violent type, but ultimately, and Bales, but ultimately Affleck's Batman is violent. He actually is aggressive. He actually would eliminate someone. He would get the job done, compared to the other two. The other two are trying to avoid having to eliminate someone in a very like completely. But with Affleck's current Batman, it seems to be the different story. He seems to be the one who could end someone if he needed to in a situation, which means he's the one who probably won't stop. On top of that, he has a lot more brute force to his ability and skills. So not only is he bringing fighting ability to the table, he's also bringing a lot more muscle and a little more speed. If you can tell, it seems like Affleck's character is not only strong, but he's also pretty quick on his feet. So with agility and strength, along with being able to get the job done, I gotta give this one, sadly, for if you guys are disappointed in this, to Affleck. Yeah, this round to Affleck. So ultimately, in a jam between all three, sadly, I would say that Affleck has a lot more going for him. For if you guys are disappointed, I'm not really that disappointed, but Affleck obviously has the Superman Buster. He has more, his arsenal and weapons completely, to be honest, has much more of a deadlier ability, and Affleck himself is a deadlier man. So ultimately, you know that Affleck would win this round. So yeah, I got to give it to Affleck. But anyways, do you guys agree, disagree? Feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. As always, no press fan, we really appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.